Maycee Barber reflects on her recent KO loss to Alexa Grasso. She says her memory is blurry.
Well, this is not the post or video that I wanted to be making today, but I wanted to come on here and say thank you to the UFC and thank you to Alexa for the opportunity. I wanted to go out there and get my opportunity to get my rematch and dominate and get the win back. And unfortunately, it was not my night. I got caught, and Alexa did an amazing thing. She is a phenomenal fighter, and I don't really remember a whole lot. All I know is that every time I go on social media, I look like I'm dead. And that's not a very fun thing to see. So I've been trying to stay off of social media, but I also wanted to come on here and at least tell you guys that I am okay. I am very blessed to live the life that I do. As tough as it is, going out there and being able to do that, what I did last night, was still one of the greatest nights of my life. Despite all of that, that's still one of the better nights of my life that I've ever had. I've had some pretty tough days, so that was still one of the greatest days of my life, being able to walk out there and being able to do what I've done. So I will be back. I'm gonna heal up and put in the work and get back out there. So God is good all of the time, on the highs, on the lows. He's good all the time, so doesn't matter. It's very hard because I don't remember a lot. So this is me saying thank you to everybody, and also I love you all.
Francis Ngannou says he was heartbroken watching Israel Adesanya lose to Joe Pyfer.
Watching Izzy fight last night was heartbroken. Reminds you how ungrateful this sport is. Sometimes it's good at you, sometimes no matter what you do, it let you down. Izzy looked sharp, he looked very sharp. After the first round, I'm like, oh, we get this. This is good, he's back. But man, sometimes we plan, but God has other plan. And I can only imagine how tough is it to get back out of it, to come back out of it, to rebound.
Joe Pyfer explains why he has mixed emotions after defeating Israel Adesanya over the weekend.
Yeah, I just told him, I said, hey, who cares about what happened tonight? Like, nobody can take away from anything that you've ever done. And in my book, you're still the greatest of all time. And I love you for giving me this opportunity. You're changing my life. And, he told me that, they need me and I'm here now. And, go take it. And, so that's what I plan to do. But I also told him I would love to, train with him and pick his mind. I think he could really help me and sharpen my skills. And, yeah, man, he definitely has an aura about him where he's got an attractive personality as far as somebody who exudes good energy, I think a lot of people have been really hard on him. It's really upsetting to see like all the comments, It's kind of weird, Ariel, because I think that's a part of why I'm not like super excited, is because and one man's victory is another man's suffering. And, I know Izzy's set for life, but like all the people that are saying negative stuff about him, this guy should just retire, this and that. The guy had a competitive fight with me. I'm 29 years old. I'm young, one of the hardest hitters in the division. I'm not a small guy. I'm a very powerful dude. And he did very well. And it's like, he looked good. He looked hungry. He looked like he wanted to be there. Like the walkout, the presence, the aura, all the stuff. Like he did a great job. It's just when you're fighting at this level, anybody can win. And so I'm more or less like not on the high because one, my faith keeps me here. So I never make something bigger than, God or anything like that. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, man, listen, I'm very happy. I beat one of the greatest people of all time in my division. That's great. That's awesome. But at the same time, you got everybody ripping Izzy and saying, this dude lost to a no-name and this and that. So it's like, I'm not even getting praises or respect for what I just did. And people are still attacking the guy. I just feel like it's like, man, you guys don't understand that this dude was one of the best of all time. He still is competing at the highest level. The only guys he lost to before me were the top guys in the top 5. So give the guy some grace. You know what I mean, man? He's got other endeavors other than just fighting. So it's really rubbing me the wrong way, and it's just sad, man. I wish the fans would show more love than they do hate.
Aljamain Sterling believes Israel Adesanya's reflexes aren't as sharp as they used to be.
He's just always winning these fights, and then somehow he just ends up not. It's just one of those things. He can still compete. There's definitely a couple of things about Izzy that I think has changed. One of those, I think, is the main thing that sticks out to me is the reflexes. I just don't think his reaction time is quite the same as it used to be, as sharp. And I don't want to take anything away from Joe Pyfer. I thought he fought well. I know he had a rough start, was able to draw Izzy into fighting his style of fight. And once he did that, he was able to get his hands on him, take him down, and put on the finishing touches to get him out of there. I mean, he's a bigger, stronger guy. Izzy did a great job defending. I thought if he kept it at range, which is what he was doing really well in the first round, I thought he could have honestly done that for 5 if he had the cardio to do it. But for some reason, he decided to switch and stand in there and trade with him a little bit. The range went from being on the outside to really, really close, exactly where Pyfer needed him. A couple of big shots that he evaded, but man, I thought Izzy looked really good in the first round until the second.
Joaquin Buckley paid tribute to Bruce Lee, shadowboxing next to his grave in show of respect.
Jeet Kune Do was one of the first things as a young martial artist that I read about that really introduced me to what mixed martial arts was. Jeet Kune Do stands for the intercepting fist, and it literally means, right, intercepting somebody's attack, right? In between every explosive blow and every explosive maneuver that you stop with your own, right? Bruce Lee was one of the best instructors when it comes to the philosophy of mixed martial arts, and I truly believe that without Jeet Kune Do and Bruce Lee's impact to martial arts, that the UFC wouldn't even exist. So with me being here, me being able to just really be able to be surrounded by his presence, right, at his burial, I feel like, man, I done completed something that's only gonna level me up now, so it's a beautiful thing. Respect to Bruce Lee.
In our recent interview with Johnny Walker, he revealed that he recently ate a clean uppercut from Francis Ngannou in training. Walker is currently preparing to face Dominic Reyes at UFC 327.
You think about Sean's style, which is a lot of volume, a lot of punches, compared to Francis, who maybe doesn't throw as many punches, but when he does, he throws to try and knock people out.
Yeah, I got a clean uppercut last week and heavy-handed, bro. Crazy.
Is it better for you to train with guys who have a lot of power, or is it better for you to train with guys who have very good technique?
It's better to mix, and depend where you are in the camp. If in the beginning of the camp, there's no problem. If you get hurt, you can have time to heal. But on the end of the camp, like right now, I'm 2.5 weeks. Now I have to be very careful and train guys more technical and more easy, because all training hard work is done, and now it's just timing and accuracy and keep moving, because you get really depleted and low energy.
On the Anik and Florian podcast, Mike Perry previews his upcoming fight against Nate Diaz on the Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano card on Netflix.
It's a crazy fight, man, and just based on both of the ways that you guys fight, I don't see it, being boring at all. I'm not sure he's going to be looking to take you down. I imagine it's probably going to be you guys trading on the feet, but does it change a lot of the way how you approach this one compared to the last couple of years?
No, I have to train smart and smooth, get those moments of grit where me and my training partners are really going at each other. And now it's 5x5. I'm fighting a championship level fight as far as 5 rounds of 5 minutes each, 25 minutes. Like, I'm really excited about that. I've been getting my sparring up to the 5 or 6 rounds or more, and I'm feeling like it's become time in my life. I've proven myself again and again in combat sports. I've taken over a whole nother movement with the bare knuckle fighting championships, and I've kind of gotten to become the face of that. And that's what I have to go in this fight and do. And you know, my wife, she's one of my coaches. She's in the corner and she's like, you guys are throwing hands. His last fight was a boxing match, this and that. You know, I like some of the clinch. I like some of the close-ups. I think he's going to grab me and we're going to fight in the clinch. I don't see him necessarily shooting a takedown unless I'm devastating him with the hands. You know, I got to watch out for guillotines, arm drags, things like that, of that nature. But yeah, the training remains the same. I just put in the work and get to go have fun May 16th.
Nate Diaz claims the UFC wants him to fight Conor McGregor right now. However, he says he'd rather fight Charles Oliveira for the BMF belt.
I think that if I went back to the UFC, they want me to fight Conor McGregor right now. For me, Conor McGregor just pull up his record. Do we got his record? Okay, I know this, but I'm thinking about it. I'm like, Conor McGregor just lost to Poirier, I think. He got knocked out on his and then he gets his leg broken. And it's like, that's horrible. Like, we're adversaries, but I'm like, bro, you broke your whole I don't wish that on nobody, you know what I'm saying? And then he got knocked out. And then, like, I'm like, okay, I hope he comes back and does good. I hope he does, you know what I'm saying? And then everybody's kind of mounting down, this guy won. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then he's gonna come back, and I know he's having a hard time with the UFC because I've been having my hard times with the UFC. And I'm like, yo, good vibes to him, handle your shit. And in the meantime, I'm doing whatever I'm doing. And then when he is ready to come back now, and he's motivated and doing what he's got to do. And I'm like, okay, I want to fight BMF claiming my belt that's running all around. Charles Oliveira just won the fight, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, right, you're rocking my belt now and you're running around like you're the baddest So that's when I'm like, yo, what's popping with the UFC? So I'm like, let's link up and get this fight popping. And then I go back to talk to them about it. And they're all ready for me to come back and fight Conor. I'm like, whoa. Right. Listen to what I'm talking about. I want to fight the best of the best when they're the best of the best. Conor's great, but I'm not trying to go kill off Conor when he's on his last dying leg. Yeah, literally.
Arman Tsarukyan says Max Holloway is done after losing to Charles Oliveira and says he has zero wrestling.
You saw Max fight, right, against Charles?
Yeah.
And now I'm hearing in July they want to do Max versus Conor.
That's a good fight, but I think it's stylistically a good fight for the Conor.
You think it's good? And 172, Max, you know, doesn't historically fight at that weight.
Yeah, Max is done already. He's just going make money and then retire.
You think he's finished?
Yeah, he's not that Max anymore.
Okay. What makes you say that? Because in his last fight,
so bad with.
Yeah.
His last fight, he looked so bad. That's crazy.
You were surprised?
How? I was surprised how you cannot wrestle, like zero wrestling. You've been in this sport like 20 years and like you cannot even like defend takedown from Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira has no takedowns. He has good like jiu-jitsu. But like wrestling, I've never seen him wrestle very well. But he cut him down like he was like a masterclass, you know, from wrestling from Charles.
Yeah.
And I thought he went to Dagestan for 2-3 years and then come back.
Or maybe he should go, right?
It's too late.
Yeah.
It's too late. Yeah, he has like 3-4 fights left and then he's gonna retire.
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos.
Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Dry Kearshaw. It says, that was a nasty finish by Grasso. The second one's from Mike Lombardo. It says, Buckley looks like his steroids are doing steroids. And the final one's in reference to Giorgio Poulos paying Arman Tsarukyan his $10,000. It says, what a respectable, happy ending to the Arman Giorgio saga.
Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.